What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, I am MLB Chatterbox, aka Christian Corey. You see the title and the thumbnail in today's video. We got some interesting news coming out of MLB regarding the 2020 postseason format. Yes, the postseason is upon us, and fall is a-coming. The air is getting crisp and cooler, especially here in the East Coast, and Central Time Zones. So basically, MLB has come up with its 2020 postseason format, and now the structure of it, of how teams are going to be played out, who plays who, which wild card team plays what seed, and so on and so forth. That is very, very, very confusing, to me at least. Extremely confusing. But when it comes to the location, because I think, as of now, the location is probably the most important thing. And, what's on everyone's mind as a baseball fan. That's the top thing that's on everybody's mind as a baseball fan is location, location, location. Where in the heck are we gonna, play baseball in October? So where is it going to be? And I was actually going to make a video on this specific topic today before the news broke yesterday of where exactly they're going to play. I was going to give you my opinions of where I think they should play. Well, MLB has beaten me to it, apparently. It looks like, they came up with a plan. They have written out and detailed out a plan, and they are presenting it as of right now to the Players Union, waiting for it to get approved by the union so they can go ahead and move forward with their 2020 postseason and play it and make sure all the games are going to happen on time and on schedule and in the most safest and appropriate locations. Now, when it comes to the actual locations of the proposal, I'm going to tell you right now, not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it because it doesn't seem logical to me. It doesn't seem, the way that they set this up, according to Jeff Passan of ESPN, it doesn't seem, logical to me. It just doesn't. I'm going to run through real quick where each series is going to be played according to their proposal MLB has presented to the union. So let's get into it. So the first NLDS will be played at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, and at Minute Maid Park. So both of the NLDS series will be played in Texas, both at the new ballpark in Arlington, Globe Life Field, and at Minute Maid Park, the home of the Houston Astros, or Cheaters. Anyways, so that's where the NLDS is going to be played, the National League Divisional Series. Now, the ALDS, which is really weird because the ALDS is going to be played at Petco Park in San Diego and at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Now, I just kind of looked at it, I just realized that the NLDSs are going to be played in American League ballparks. And the ALDSs are going to be played in National League ballparks. What? Like, who comes up with this stuff? Does anybody not think, wow, maybe this doesn't make sense? But according to the MLB, this does make sense, apparently. Okay, that's the divisional series, which we're getting off to a weird start as it is. The NLCS is going to be played at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Okay, fine. And back in Texas. Again, still the National League Series in American League ballpark, but whatever. ALCS at Petco Park in San Diego. Again, American League Series in a National League ballpark. Wow, this is 2020, people, and this is what we're going to be dealing with here in the playoffs. And the World Series is going to be played at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Now, ran through that pretty quickly, I should say. Now, regardless of that, they're having, American League Series being played in National League ballparks and vice versa, That's not the real biggie I have with this. The real biggie is the locations. First of all, Globe Life Field in Arlington. Okay, they're basically they're going to be playing in Texas and Southern California. 2 different states, by the way. 2 different states. To me, they want to restrict travel, correct? I mean, isn't that their whole goal here, is to restrict the travel? To me, if you're going to have an NLDS in Arlington and an ALCS in Petco, and, you know, let's say the NL teams are from the West almost, right? The Dodgers, you would assume. The Padres, possibly. So, both, you know, as it stands now, both National League teams are from California, the West, and they're going to be traveling from California to Texas to play all their series, including the World Series, if they do in fact make it there. So that doesn't make any sense to me. And besides that, you know, when it comes to the state thing, you know, it's like you have why are you having him being played in 2 different states?
Why?
The whole point is to, you know, is to minimize travel, correct? That's the whole point of this. And again, maybe it's time slots, maybe it's time zones, but this is what I would do, okay? You have what? Is there 5 teams in California? You got the Oakland Athletics, you got the San Francisco Giants, you have the Angels, you have the Dodgers, and you have the Padres. You have 5 teams. That means 5 different ballparks in the state of California alone. That's 5. You're having 8 teams apparently make the playoffs. So that's only 3 extra. So you have 5 ballparks in one state. One state. I get it. It's the West Coast, but bear with me. 5 stadiums in one state. The whole point is to restrict travel. My idea would be this. Like, okay, you have the 2 wild card games being played in San Francisco and Oakland. Whatever teams you want to be put there, NL, AL. You have the AL wild card being played in Oakland and the NL wild card played in San Francisco, because they're both AL and NL ballparks hosting AL and NL teams respectively. Okay, then you have the NLDS in San Francisco, and you can have the ALDS in Oakland. You could stay there, because the whole point is to minimize travel restrictions, correct? Okay, so you can have the NLDS and the ALCS stay in both San Francisco and Oakland. And plus, you know, it's not terribly cold there. I think it even gets warmer in Northern California in October. So you could have them stay there for the divisional series. And then when you move down to the championship series, you could have them move down to San Diego and Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels. You could have them move down there. Have them play at Petco Park in the NLCS, and have them play at Angel Stadium in the ALCS. And then, when it comes to the World Series, you know, you play at Dodger Stadium, regardless of if the Dodgers make it or not. You have them play in Dodger Stadium. Why? Because Dodger Stadium is the Yankee Stadium of, you know, the West Coast, basically, right? We all can agree on that. Yankee Stadium and Dodger Stadium are 2 historic sites for baseball. One on the East, one on the West. And because apparently, you know, I don't know why they're traveling to Texas. That doesn't make any sense to me. And why in the heck would you have the World Series being played at Globe Life Field? Seriously. Your brand new ballpark's going to host this World Series the first year it opens. Oh, and by the way, the 2 teams that are playing the World Series are not actually the home team of that ballpark, the Rangers. And also, there will be no fans there. So, again, first pitch, you know, of, the first pitch at Globe Life Field will be taking a picture of, you know, the first pitch ball thrown, and there's no fans there anyway. So that's the first picture of the first pitch at the Globe Life Field in Arlington. And then the first World Series pitch is, again, in Arlington with no fans. And, you know, the team who, you know, primarily plays there, the Rangers, are not even in the World Series. So that doesn't make any sense. It's like, What? It's like, what? Who comes up with this stuff? Seriously. I mean, this could not present more confusion for me. I mean, does it make sense to you guys? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, my proposal is you stay in California. You stay there. Why? You got nice weather. You know, yes, all the ballparks are outside, but you can pretty much bet your money on the weather there. I mean, right? I mean, it's, you know, sunny California. So regardless whether you play in Oakland or San Francisco, I mean, they played in Oakland in the postseason there. It's beautiful in Oakland and San Francisco in the postseason there in October. So they've done it before. They could also, if they want to have an enclosed stadium for, you know, climate control, they could play maybe a series in Arizona where it's not as far of a distance for traveling. Because, I mean, traveling to Los Angeles to Houston or Arlington is still a pretty long ways versus traveling from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Now, it actually might be longer when it comes to distance, but at least you're still in the same state. The whole point is to keep everybody in the same bubble, and the bubble is the state. I mean, right? Because NBA, they're all playing in Florida, so they're all in the same state. So you keep the players and the teams in the same state. And you're lucky enough that California's a gigantic state, and they have 5 different teams, which means they have 5 ballparks that are in Major League ready use to host any type of game in any situation, especially in the fall. Again, you know, will the ratings go down because it's on the West Coast? Maybe, but I mean, your ratings are down anyways. I mean, basically. I mean, I'm sure a Yankees fan's going to stay up, you know, to watch the Yankees play in the postseason, regardless if it was in 2020 or 2019. I mean, anybody who lives on the East Coast, who's a fan of an East Coast team, would you stay up late to watch your team in the postseason on the West Coast? I would. I would watch the Tigers if they were playing the Angels in the postseason on the West Coast. I would stay up. I mean, heck, if you got the Dodgers and the Yankees World Series, of course you're going to stay up. So when it comes to that part of it, they're thinking, hey, we want a series in a central time zone closer to an eastern time zone because we want the fans of East Coast teams to stay up and watch the games. And that's why they put a couple series in Texas. That I don't think that's a major problem. I think if you're a true baseball fan, and if you really, really want to watch your Yankees or you want to watch your Phillies, you will stay up and you will watch it. It's just the way it is. I mean, fans will do that. Diehard fans will do that. You know, I think having the World Series in Globe Life Field would suck for Rangers fans. Great. Your first year of our ballpark is, you know, you get no fans there. For opening day there, first opening day ever, there's no fans there. Oh, and by the way, the first World Series is going to be hosted there in its first year. And by the way, your team, the Rangers, aren't going to be in it, and no fans are going to be able to attend. If I was a Rangers fan, I'd be ticked. I mean, I'd be like, great, you're going to host our first opening day with no one there. Oh, and by the way, you know, you're going to stab me in the back again when you host a World Series there and my team's not even in it. But again, I would keep it all in California. Keep them all in California, and you know, let it play out in California. I mean, be, you know, less travel. You know, when it comes to between cities, they're all in one state, so they're all in a bubble. Because that's the whole idea of this thing, right? They want to stay in a bubble like the NBA and hockey. So, you know, that's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I would do when it comes to the 2020 postseason format. What they propose now, not a huge fan of it. The only tweak I would say is keep everything in California. Scrap Texas. Just scrap it. So, yeah, guys, that's all I got for you today. My quick thoughts on the 2020 postseason format. Comment down below what you guys think of the 2020 postseason format. I didn't go over who's going to play who because it was really confusing. I still got to figure that out, who exactly is going to play who. But I just saw, you know, the locations, and I thought the locations were pretty interesting. And an interesting topic to talk about today. So, as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts. And as always, I'm going to catch you guys later.